Action!
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. My name's Fred Weaver. My partner, Kevin Kaufman, is entering the scene. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team, and we're back at it again today, Kevin.
We are.
Still live or still airing episodes on a daily basis, even after yesterday's episode. And if you don't know what I mean, you need to go watch yesterday's episode. That was got to be one of my favorites.
Sorry, I was threatened by someone's legal department. I can't talk.
Okay, good to know. So, hey guys, we filmed an episode, man, I'm guessing now, 1, 2, maybe as many as 3 months ago, maybe around the time we went to Europe.
BPO disputes?
Around BPO disputes. And we talked around what you and I thought was going to be happening in the market. You remember that episode?
Yeah. Oh, that one, yes.
Well, and we talked about specifically how we thought that the number of active listings was going to go up, sales were going to go down after the tax credit. It has. We've talked about all that. And we tied all that in together to talk around BPO disputes, meaning what to do when the lender values your property at X and you've got an offer at Y and you've had this home on the market for several weeks or several months, know the showings, understand the data, etc., and there aren't a lot of sales, but the lender's, whatever.
Yeah.
Thinks their house is always worth more than it really is.
Somehow that just seems to be happening more and more often every day as we get deeper into this year.
Yep. So some of the tips we've given in the past are, work hard to support your BPO disputes with the banks. Use sold comps. Those are always the best, most recent sold comps. Secondary to that, though, that's always worked really well for you and I is to use active REO listings.
Active REO listings are my favorite.
Go ahead and pull up some active REOs. You can find out who the investor is by looking at the tax records and send over a list that goes, hey, here Fannie and Freddie or Fannie and Chase each have an REO here in this subdivision, and they're priced at this and this. I know you think the house is worth this, but I'm telling you, I'm priced in accordance with the other active REOs kind of thing.
That's always a good one.
Because as we both know, where the active listings are is where the market's going. If the active listings are above the recent sales, then usually the market's going up, Kevin. If the majority of active listings are below the common sales, that usually means the market's going down.
Which is what is occurring right now. And, I was telling somebody this the other day at our Crush It class that you're going to see a lot more. Obviously, we know that's happening. But what we're going to see is it's going to take the banks and the investors a while to catch up to that.
Oh, yeah.
And what that means is more disputes and more, unfortunately, value arguments, if I can use that as a term.
You use lots of terms on here without anybody else's permission. So value arguments would probably be one of the
nicer things I've said in the last few days.
I think so. So, hey, Kevin, the other reason behind this episode is to share something with you guys, our viewers, that we're pretty happy to announce. It's a tool that we've been using for several months now to dispute our BPOs. I want to be really careful and say I never believe one tool is always going to be the cure-all for your problems.
Which is why we've never only used one, which is why you and I have always used. Well, let's face it, this would just now be the fourth tool that we've used.
Well, that's why I threw out at the beginning talking about sold comps, active comps. We also talk about pricing history and showings activity. So I guess we could almost call this number 5 if you would.
Exactly.
So there is a company out there that many of you are familiar with, and pretty much every bank in the industry is familiar with.
Every bank.
Called LPS, stands for Lender Processing Services. LPS does lots of things, guys. They pull AVMs, actual valuation method, I think is the term for an AVM. Automated valuation method, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
They also do some trustee services for some of our properties here in Arizona.
Yep.
They act as the trustee.
They do a lot of the upfront processing on the origination side.
Yep, they do some of that as well. LPS does. So LPS is a big company, but LPS has a product that many lenders are actually using out there that we, in the last few months, have just learned that we can actually use.
Yeah, and you and I started using it a few months back because our buddy Brian Gubernick at Home Helper Consultants. Brian, if you're watching today, send me an email to prove it.
And thanks for the tip, Brian. I think he got this tip from Desiree Montgomery.
Well, we know Desiree's been using it as well because she turned us on to her contact there.
Yep.
And we're going to share that with you guys today because we find this to be a valuable tool in our BPO disputes.
So listen close. I'm only going to, I always repeat myself, but I'm going to do it quick.
Always.
You can sign up for an account with LPS, Lender Processing Services. By signing up for that account, you have the right to go in and pull AVMs, or what I'm going to actually call REO market analysis reports.
Yeah.
Okay, you can pull AVMs as well, but I'm going to recommend you pull the REO market analysis report in LPS. That is a report that's derived from a bunch of tax record data, and they compile it all together. When you actually are ordering the report, it asks you for the loan amount on that house, and it also asks you how many days behind that particular borrower is. And it used those things to factor in carrying costs and all sorts of things. So this REO market analysis that you can order through LPS has the ability to spit out a report that says, here's the AVM, the value that we think on this home, and here is the REO value or the foreclosure value on this home. And it derives those two based on different data. All homes that are selling in the area versus just foreclosures, and then the foreclosure value obviously has it taken into account, holding costs and some things like that, okay? The reason we like LPS's REO market analysis report is because it's done by a third party that the banks respect. So rather than you just sending in your comps, which we all know can be subjective and you can kind of make the report to favor or disfavor your position, this particular report is done by a third-party company that essentially you can't influence. And I believe that it holds more weight with the banks.
Yeah,
we had great success using it the last couple of times we've used it here over the last few months. And we're now happy to be able to offer it to you guys to say we've got some special pricing and stuff available that we went ahead and hooked up with them. And rather than give you all the details of how to sign up for it, I'm going to tell you there'll be a link or a write-up here below the video that tells you how to sign up for it, who to contact. You can't sign up online, unfortunately. You have to actually call our contact. You actually probably can sign up online, but I think you pay the full price. So,
yeah, you don't get the discount that we were able to get for you guys.
Yeah, so by contacting our contact at LPS, Carolyn, she's actually going to waive your setup fee, which I believe their normal setup fee is $200.
$200.
And I believe the monthly fee to you, if you want to have this service, is what I say it was?
$75.
$75. Thank you. And you also get 20% off of their regular pricing on the reports. That $75 that you pay monthly, it's like a credit. So you when you pull 5, 6, 7, 8 reports, it just subtracts the amount of the report from the $75 you paid in. So you're not just losing that money every month. You're actually kind of prepaying it in, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is awesome, because if I were to even go ask like one of our REO agents that works on our office to give me an independent third-party BPO,
it would cost us
I've spent anywhere from $60 to $90 on some of them before, depending upon the location. So again, I want to be real careful and say that this one report is not just going to guarantee you get all your short sales approved, okay? Please hear me on that. But I believe this report holds a lot of weight, and I believe that it can help you overcome some of your BPO challenges or value disputes that you're having with the lender.
Yeah.
So highly recommend you sign up for it. We've got an account. We're loving it. Again, thanks, Brian, courtesy of Desiree, for doing this. And for the special pricing and to get Group 4610 special pricing deal, all the contact info is below here, or there's a link below so you can get all that information. Encourage you to sign up and to use that, and let us know if it's working for you. And basically you need to work it properly. I should be careful to say let us know if it's working for you, because at the end of the day you're still going to have to take the report and convince somebody to do something with it.
A bonehead could get a hold of that and use it incorrectly, so what's the point of
That's a good way of saying it. So
it's not going to work for you. You're going to have to use it correctly.
Yeah, it's very powerful when used properly.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so hey, anyway, that's one of the first tools we've ever offered to our users, but I'm excited. I hope that hundreds of you guys out there actually take advantage of that, especially those of you that are doing enough short sales.
Yeah.
$75 a month to me is like nothing, because I know how many deals I've lost to foreclosure,
how many times have
over
we had,
disputes, or how many hours I've
BPO.
spent trying to run my own comps, or how much money I've spent to have a BPO agent, or even an appraiser go out to the property.
Yeah, that's the big one right
there.
So
I'll order an REO market analysis report for $10 and some odd cents any day of the week.
All day long.
To avoid those headaches. So.
All right, well, before I fall asleep.
Oh, you're getting bored?
I'm tired.
Really? We have to do Forgettable Friday video, Kevin.
I'm going to sleep through that one.
Okay, well, I'll do it. All right, let's wrap it up on 3.
Good night.
1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour! Short sale power hour! Crush it.
Oh, wait.
This is where you get up.
One of us has to turn it off.
Action! Remember that part?
And cut!